164,018 minutes. That's how long Shekinah was away from me because I counted 1 minute, 2 minutes, 107 days, 2,568 hours.
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day fiancé.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality, yes, let's love.
When he did that,
Remember the bottles. Get rid of the bottles.
I lost my mind.
It's pretty wonderful. It's pretty wonderful. Oh, what a gift.
This is toe.
This is
the T
other
to
way.
the O to the dubba toe.
90 Day Fiancé, Season 6, Episode 5 of The Other Way, called High Infidelity.
High infidelity.
Infidelity. If you don't like things like cough drops or noises or things like that, Poodle is still recovering from COVID and will be using those
really
during
close.
these podcasts.
I know,
really
but we're
just letting people know they will be used.
Yes.
It's like, hey, this dildo will be used if you go into Poodle's playpen. So just giving people a warning to know it's coming. True. All right. So this was, y'all, I have to be really honest. We're covering this, and then after this, we're doing the latest episode of 90 Day UK, and I'm really excited to talk about Toe and not so much for UK. So I'm really excited to be here.
Not either. I think the season of UK just went down with a fart.
I really liked it, and then it just wet farted out. Yeah, these last 2 episodes. So for me,
wet farted out.
Yeah, just like,
ooh,
it kind of lingers a little bit, and you feel like
gross.
Is there some residue on that one? I think there is. Anyway,
some residue.
Do we have any? I just want to make what is it called when a retraction, when a newspaper releases a retraction?
We should do a lot of those. A retraction is something that we said that wasn't correct.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but I will say I need to make a retraction that I told y'all that I was going to be guesting on Mary Payne's show. I did not, because she had a friend who had an emergency. She had to cancel and wasn't able to record this weekend. So listen to Mary Payne, but I won't be on it.
Look for him.
Yeah, won't be on it. Retraction.
I don't know if that's really a retraction. That's more of it's. You just said, so don't look for it. I don't know if it's retraction. Retraction is something we said that we put out that was a truth. I don't know if it was a retraction, really. Okay. I'm not gonna litigate this. Who fuck cares?
I'm just letting you talk it out. All right. Ooh,
what drinking my tea?
Drinking? What kind of tea are you drinking?
Well, I'm always when I am sick, I make my ginger and lemon tea, where I take a whole lemon, chop it up fine, and about a pound of ginger, and put it in a big pot like a witch and stir it, and then I have a little bit of throat coat floating in it.
Oh,
it burns from the inside out.
I bet it burns when you poop. Even just
ginger doesn't. No, ginger doesn't do that.
All right.
No, but ginger is spicy.
Yeah, it is spicy.
The nature of it.
Do we have any? I don't think we do. I can't think of any particular announcements except for hopefully we haven't gotten them yet, but Love is Blind UK is coming and we will be covering it. Hopefully not at the last minute. We don't have screeners yet.
I'm COVID negative.
Oh, there's that. No one cares.
You should.
I'm glad. I'm glad that it didn't. I'm glad that you're not in a coma again and you're doing well.
And my voice is
thank you,
coming back slowly.
Thank you, science. I think anything else we want to talk about UK? I think.
I don't know.
Was it really just 4.5 minutes? We're ready to jump in.
I can't believe it.
I would.
Oh,
Are you go ahead.
I was going to say, is there anything?
Are you doing a Big Brother corner this episode?
Oh, I really should.
Did you watch it?
Because
you said you wanted to do them on toes.
Yeah, I wanted to do it on toe because Sunday night is probably the best. Because I watch it Sunday night. We record toe on Monday morning.
Okay, well, that'll be coming in the middle of the show.
Yes, so. You don't even know when it's going to come.
That's very applicable to you. I bet you don't tell people. I bet they're just sitting there and suddenly you're just like, oh,
you're just in my eye.
And they're just like, people are running like a tsunami.
I get really quiet and I'm like,
like,
I don't go, I'm coming.
All right. Okay. Let's jump into it then, shall we?
Yes. Let us get into
Corona
and Ingi.
Ingi.
I can't really do my Ingi when I'm sick.
Oh, great.
A field of baby diamonds.
This sounds nothing like him. Although
I don't care.
After seeing him with Corona, that might be his inside voice now. That might be how he feels on the inside because this guy's, I don't know, he's giving me weird vibes.
I think he's an Icelander. I also think that I also think he may have a problem with being on camera.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But why didn't he sing that when he was with his friends though, by himself? He actually didn't sing.
That's a good point.
Actually seemed very approachable. And this was very different.
I think that it's become real to him that he's living with a woman for the first time.
I think he's a man.
And he's nervous.
Is he a man-child too? I feel like he might be a little.
I don't know if I would want to put him in the man-child because that's usually a very negative place to be in.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever positive.
Because I'm saying this is the second time we've seen him.
Yeah, so that's true. Not a lot.
I feel like I also feel like she's a lot.
Yeah, I like her. She's a lot.
It's a lot of energy kind of thrown at him, and he's kind of trying to process it. And I think he's realizing she's here to stay. And I think that's probably throwing him.
I think all the shoes solidified that. And I thought, are you going to even be able to wear these in Iceland?
There's a lot of what I would call high personality shoes.
Yes.
Shoes with lots of personality.
Lots of personality.
They're Enneagram 4 shoes.
They are. They are. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
I don't know if your whole collection should be Enneagram 4 shoes.
Maybe she's I don't know, maybe her wing is up her ass or whatever with Enneagrams. I don't know.
Wing is
up her ass. Y'all, she arrives in Iceland.
Yes.
And she leads off because she says, I'm worried because I've been soft partnering Ingi, and I'm worried that now he's going to slowly find out how weird I am, or I'm going to unleash my shit on him.
She said, there have been times I want to pop off. And I want to ask you, I had to look this up. I can't find it anywhere. It's not an actual term.
No.
As far as I know, I Googled. I thought soft partnering seems like it's something she's adapted for herself.
It comes from, I think she's taking it from soft parenting, which is a thing.
And she is a midwife, so.
Yes. Oh, that's true. That's true. So maybe she
Can you describe soft parenting? Just so for some of us who don't know.
I don't know. It wasn't something that was when I was in school. I didn't study it. So there's probably going to be a lot of people that know more about it than me. But it's a very empathetic and respectful approach of parenting. It's obviously not yelling. Somebody's going to go, maybe this is wrong, y'all. I didn't Google it. But I do know there's this one word. It's called complexity, empathy, or empathy of complexity. It's this kind of idea that you have your own experience, which therefore might interrupt or limit the way you're able to experience or to see their experience. So being
Right.
open to that. But I don't have kids. I'm a childless gay man.
I just
But
think
yeah.
parenting could not be further from trying to form an equal partnership with someone, because parenting acknowledges someone who knows a lot and someone who is you have to protect from something.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like she's trying to maybe for her, like, I'm not mad at the term like soft partnering if someone develops a skill that's about, listening and empathy and not
I don't think that's what it is, though.
but I think that's what it is for her, is like trying to not react on hope it is. We don't know actually. Not react on just because I don't think soft partnering is good to withhold yourself from someone.
That's what I think is happening.
And I think that's it could be yes and or it could be just that. But maybe in those moments where she wants to pop off, she says, "Okay, wait a minute. I don't know his experience. Maybe she's doing that. I don't know."
But she makes a big deal. She's mentioned soft partnering in her
Several
2 episodes,
Yeah.
4 to 5 times.
Well, she's probably going to release a web video that she'll sell on it, probably.
But it's after a while, shouldn't that just be partnering for you? That's what I'm saying. The more you talk about it, she kept saying, I've been kind of soft partnering him, which to me means I've been putting on the training wheels and not showing you the full experience of Corona. And to me, that's the worst way to be in a relationship, because when she does pop off, he's going to go, I'm very confused because I haven't seen this at all.
Yeah, we don't know. We actually don't with both of them. We don't know enough that like, is this partner thing just her withholding herself, or are we going to see her in a moment get upset and then talk herself down and say, this is not how I want to show up, which would be awesome. Right. But we don't know.
But I'm saying,
I feel like since it's 90 Day, it's probably not going to happen that way.
Is it specifically that she doesn't want to be an emotional Black woman? That's part of it. That's to me what she's not saying.
Yeah. We'll have to see. So,
because he doesn't think, as an Icelander, she doesn't think he would be able to handle it. And y'all delaying this. Now, do I show my whole person when I go out with someone for a little bit? No.
You show your whole.
I'm going to show you. Well, I've showed the whole. Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to show you the good parts. Yeah. And you're gonna see the weirdness that happens. I also think she keeps saying the weird Corona I'm gonna keep in, and I think this is gonna backfire spectacularly.
That makes me sad. You shouldn't hold back your weird from someone when that's so uniquely. Because I kind of love her weird. Like, why not let him see that? Why be ashamed of that? That makes her interesting.
I think this idea of what if someone said this to you? How about this? If she says this, God hope she doesn't say this, because if someone told me, I soft partnered you through the first year of our relationship, I'm like, fuck you. Go fuck yourself. What if someone said that to you? If through the first year, what would your feelings be?
I think you would wonder, like, well, you have to. I'm a little bit more emotionally intelligent than some people, but I think my first thought would be like, probably, what is it about me? And then I'd realize, quickly, it's not about me at all. It's about this person, and the reaction. But yeah, it would make you feel like you were
who was
inadequate in some way, and that they needed to, like you said, parent you or take care of you in that way.
So going off of that, I find this concept so interesting for this person, especially going off on that. When you said it's not about Ingi, it's who she is. What can you explain that? Like,
no, I don't think we know her yet.
But you just said that's what you would.
Yes, I would. It's that's what we're saying. That there seems like she's. Like I said, it just seems like this for her means withholding herself.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
feels, and she's talking about it like it's for him,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not. I think she's afraid of him rejecting her.
Oh, 100% you can see that. Like when
Yeah,
she says my weird and all, she's afraid she's gonna. I guarantee you that Corona has been told her whole life by her
it's too
mother
much.
that she's too much. You're too much. You're too much. And so she's going to be living with a man who comes from a culture that doesn't really revere or celebrate too muchness. At least that's her feeling.
I think that's her feeling, but what they do revere is bluntness and
Mm-hmm.
saying what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be anti him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think this is the worst possible thing to do with someone Scandinavian. Cuz you show up who you are.
Yeah. We're gonna see. I mean, uh now she's right though. When they show up, and at first I was like, well, they're uh Inky's like, I got her flowers, like I see it in the movies, right? And
Yeah.
she comes out, they're a cute couple, but I agree with Corona. That was one of the worst grandma kisses we've ever seen in 90 Day Fiance meeting history.
Yeah,
And I did write, he seems uncomfortable on camera.
I it's either that. I feel weird judging by, because she's obviously not. She's obviously
Mhm.
uncomfortable on camera. She's comfortable, I
Mhm.
mean.
Mhm.
And he says, "Welcome home." And she said, "I wanted a big romantic gesture, not how I kiss my grandma."
Yeah.
And I wonder, is getting flowers a big romantic gesture for him?
I think a lot of this is they don't know each other that well, both of them. So
That could be
maybe it
it.
is, or maybe it's not. But they just because they
Well,
haven't,
he said he's never bought flowers for a girl before.
and he's never had a girlfriend before, right? Didn't he say that?
No, never lived with a woman.
No, never lived with a woman before. Um, because I forgot what they said, but they have not been together that long. Like they
No.
haven't spent a lot of time together that long.
This is such a bad decision.
Like it's something like I don't even think they spent like a full month together if you
No.
combine it all together. So that's what I'm saying.
This is crazy.
They both don't know the other person at all.
Yeah.
Really.
She's like, he's a little reserved. She's like, I'm not appreciating the vibe. It's interesting. We go from soft partnering to immediately judging every single thing that he's saying.
Well, this is also though the talking head, so maybe she's saying that too just for like plot points, but again, I think we don't know. Again, we don't know her definition of soft partnering. We don't know what this means, really.
Well, she's explained it to us.
Not well. So
because she says, I'm trying to. In other words, she's almost soft parenting. If you were to use that,
I think that's honest. I would, if I was her, I would feel a little like, oh, this feels a little anticlimactic. I was, I was excited. She's an emotional person. I think he's obviously seems to be a little bit more analytic. And I think that's where they're going to clash a lot.
I guess what I'm seeing is the distinction of her leaning into empathy for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And when she gets there, it's like, that's over.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little, I'm just having a hard time figuring out the story.
Mm.
And I don't know.
Well, go ahead.
No, I was just going to move on.
Yeah.
So this is the other thing. They're home. He hasn't moved his clothes yet, which that's dumb.
That was stupid. I actually would be a little insulted if someone did absolutely nothing.
And I think I would use this term to get less soft in my partnering and say, can we move this? Instead of him, who's going to be avoidant in everything because he's the way he is. Mm-hmm. Because what's going to happen is she's going to get more upset. But she said, this is one of my biggest triggers when people make promises and don't fulfill them. And I feel like that's a lot to put on a clothes move.
I don't. I think what people do with the little things get magnified with the
Yeah.
big things. And if he's not moving, if he's telling you he will, and he didn't, I think it's almost more magnified. If he's telling you a simple
So,
thing like that and he didn't even do it, then get ready because he's going to kick the can on the big things too.
but what I'm saying is to let this go this time is going to make it worse.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think she's too afraid of showing who she is.
Well, it's the first day too. I can understand if it's the first day, a lot of people aren't going to want to say, like, in that moment,
Yeah.
hey, this really hurts my feelings and it makes me feel like you're not excited that I'm here.
It's not even that. No, you just say, can we just move this right now? Instead of him saying, no, we'll do it. We'll do it in a minute.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is she's relenting.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And she's saying in the moment that this is a broken promise to her.
Mm-hmm.
So it obviously seems like it means a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I'd be pissed. I would not be soft in that moment. As you said, I'd be a little hard.
I feel like this is the time to push back a little bit. Because to me, this would be a symbol that this person isn't ready for me to have them in their house yet.
Also, though, you're speaking from your experience and you don't hold back. You're a person you're a bitch who says something. So, I mean, like, we don't know Corona well enough to know, like, that could be really hard for her.
No, she is that person. She's soft partnering, though, because listen,
she says it, but we haven't seen that, though, from her.
She did say, she's like, because normally with people, I'd say, bitch, move your shit.
I know, but at least even with her family, she seems, I'm wondering if she's more bark and no bite because she says that. But when we've seen her, even with her family, I think she let her family walk all over her.
You think she's more of an unreliable narrator in
maybe,
what she says?
Yeah, maybe she's not. Maybe she's one of those people who's, because
then, like, that makes me even more confused.
Yeah. Yeah. I do feel like I don't know both of them. And we're in the 5th episode. I don't feel like I don't know them.
They've
because
only been
if you
on
are
for 2 or 3, I think.
Because that's what I wrote. Because she said this before, and I wrote down, I was like, why is she not saying something to him?
But it makes sense to not know him because he's an Icelander.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And but after 3 episodes, we should start to see what makes her tick. That's why that's why I'm talking about the storytelling here isn't mathing for me.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I'm very interested in this couple. I'm very interested to see where this will go because at least so far, they both seem like they're not so extreme as some other couple. They're not like James and Tatha or Shekinah and Sarper.
That's melodrama. Is Tatha and James.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see.
But this is different because I wonder, I feel like she's trying to tell some type of story and he's not really participating in the storytelling that she wants to tell.
And she did say, though, too, kind of the last thing she said, because she did go over the visit and she said, last time I was here, I could tell when I got here, he missed me. Like I could tell. Yeah. And now it's a very tepid, lukewarm response. So I think she is basing it off that. I mean, he did to me like he seemed to me, I would not feel great with that response from him either. But
I'm just trying to keep including. Have you ever spent a lot of time with someone who's from that part of the world?
No, I haven't. All. But she's also saying, though, like I said, she had an experience which she said she did feel that from him before.
Right.
And now this time,
there's
no. So I don't know. Maybe I'm still going back to hopefully he warms up, but maybe the camera freaks him out.
Yeah. I think it's going to be 3 episodes and she unloads on him about something.
I would love it.
And he's going to, why?
Because it's drama. I want to see drama on the show.
But you're not going to think, he would think this is the most confusing thing ever.
I know. That would be
I've
great.
Never seen anything.
It's like it'd be like great from an anthropological perspective just to see how they work it out. What? Well, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see people get along.
No. But I'm saying if that was done to me, think it was done for you, and you're going, this is really confusing.
Oh, yeah. I would hate that for me, but I'd love to watch that on TLC.
Okay, got it.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
So you're saying for just the entertainment?
Yes. I want her to go the fuck off.
I
think they're building for that.
I would rather that happen.
I think that would be great television. And him just going,
and just going, just turning into a White Walker in front of her.
Yes, this is exactly what I want to happen. That's what I'm saying. Like, I want more melodrama with this couple. They're very
you don't want the best for them.
No,
you're saying
I want entertainment.
Wow,
you don't?
I kind of want to see where it goes. I actually like both of them, so I don't want bad things to happen to them.
It'll be fine. Anything else with them?
Shekinah and Sarper.
Boy,
we're meeting Fusun, his cousin, who we've seen before.
This cousin does not like Shekinah. I'm telling you this right now, y'all.
And she's like, it's the longest time we've been apart, Fusun. And he's like, 107 days, 2,568 hours.
And she brings up, she's like, oh, you're counting again. That came back.
She's like, and Shekinah's like, have you always been like that with the counting? And she's
like, y'all, it's been so bad that he learned to manage it. So literally he either got help or something, and now it's resurfaced.
Yeah. So he was like, the anxiety returned. It started in high school, and he's like, and I was chubby, and he would fat to make sure we understood. And he was over 260, he says, and he's like, I was not a good-looking guy. And then he says, I've never told anyone this. I want to share this with her. Y'all, that's love for Sarper.
That is love for him, because he says that he's, which a lot of people are, and they shouldn't be, but he says, I'm ashamed of it. He still is. That's what kind of is heartbreaking. He's still ashamed that he was fat when he was in high school. And it's kind of like, it makes me cringe because he's talking, and like we see a picture of him, and he was a big guy. But Shekinah is like talking to him like a puppy. She was like, oh my God, I bet you were still so cute. And I was like, no, honey, he's sharing trauma with you.
And you can't even accept the vulnerability.
Because she can't. And as she says, as she says later on, I can cover up my emotions.
That's
really
like, I'm very good at covering up my emotions. I went, yeah, it's called trauma.
Yeah, she disassociates like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, she's not getting it, that this guy has, I think, probably full-on body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
100%. And she's just like, oh, he was a little chubby, and no. So he lost a date. He said he had a girlfriend, and then
saw her holding hands with another guy.
Another guy.
He's like, I told my father, and he said, you cannot trust any woman.
And after
they will always lie to you.
And that's why it's like finding out that Bruce Wayne's parents died, and that's why he's Batman, is you find out that's why Sarper fucked all those women on those headboards, because his dad said you can't trust women.
A lot of people's parents died. Bruce Wayne. I don't think they died in front of him, though.
Yeah. Or were shot in front of them.
By the Joker. Spoiler alert.
Well, it depends. Some say the Joker, some not. We can't get into that. It's been a very exciting comic book week, I will say, for y'all. I'm very Deadpool. Deadpool is fantastic.
Isn't it called Deadpool Wolverine?
Deadpool Wolverine, yes. It's fantastic. And the Russo brothers are coming back. Everybody's talking about the Olympics. I don't give a shit. It was Comic-Con.
Oh, yeah. Why don't you go sometime?
I've been before. I've gone once. It's just been time, but I'm going to try to go. I think I'm going to try to go next year, because there'll be a lot of stuff about Superman. Excited. You want to come?
Absolutely not.
You could wear your Star Trek thing and be a Trekkie. There's a lot of your Trekkie
friends.
I
just want to beat up a nerd when I'm down there.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that.
Yeah, it's not for me.
You like some of the cosplay, though. Guys are wearing all these bodysuits, and you see their dicks.
Not for me. It's not for me. It's not for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway. So after that, he says, I never trusted a woman after that. But you, I trusted you. And she's like, thanks, I understand you better. like he's just given her his napkin.
Yes, she's like, "Thank you so much." By the way, a lot of women have been reaching out to me on social media.
Okay.
And these are people that you really hurt.
Okay. The idea that she gives a shit about any of these women is preposterous.
Well, and the idea that she brings it up right after he talked about his own hurt and pain's gross.
Here's what this is really about. She doesn't give a shit about any of these other women. She wants to meet these women to see if they're prettier than her and that she's going to be there to threaten them and say, look what I've got. That's all she wants.
I think there's a lot of that. I do think there is a little bit where, because she's got daddy and guys, I do think there's this bit that, like, I don't think she will ever trust Sarper.
No,
I don't think she trusts him. So I do think I think it's more of what you said, but maybe like 10% she does want to find out if he was a shitty guy.
But
then why are you with him?
Exactly. And also, why are you with him? And if you don't have any trust in him, you need a lot of therapy. She does. She needs a whole lot of therapy. I doubt she's in therapy, to be honest.
No, if you're learning to disconnect from your emotions like that and you're really good at it, then probably not.
What I would say is you're going to the worst people to find out, because you want them to say he's awful. You want to destroy this. She does. Part of her wants to destroy this.
Well, I think her normal operandi is to self-sabotage, and
she's a miserable person.
She's very, 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 very jealous. We'll see this, but as you know, his friend or his cousin, I forgot. She's cousin.
The cousin.
She says she gets really defensive. She says, "Don't dive into those women. They are hurt. He didn't hurt them."
Right.
So, okay, sure. And then Shekinah says, in all seriousness, "It's alarming that he doesn't see it." And
my God.
I'm like, bitch, you just didn't see what he just said to you.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. It all gets interrupted, though, when the belly dancer
who comes right over, and she's like, "Wow, babe, you're really into this." And like, he's trying everything, like, "Please do not come over here. Please, I do not want to. No penis, do not look.
No, don't look, my dick." But now, didn't we have on that
shooing her?
Didn't we have on 90 Day UK? What was the woman's name who was a belly dancer? She was in Turkey, right?
Oh, what was that blonde woman?
The blonde woman.
God, the one with the guy from Argentina.
Yeah, he was
the
hot.
Really hot one. Yeah, Becky. Is that her name? Becky? Did I make that up? Rebecca.
Yes.
Yes, she was a belly dancer.
He was hot.
Rebecca was so hot.
Are they still together, Rebecca and Christian?
No, I don't give a shit.
But I think she was in Turkey, right? Because it's a very big, and like Sarper was trying to say, this is a big
tradition
thing in the culture. It's tradition. It's not seen sexualized. Now, granted,
she's like, "Stop doing that. Get away. He's with somebody."
I think it was more because of the way the woman looked, because the woman looked like Shekinah. She was all plastic surgery Barbie. She had fake boobs. She had clearly her nose had been done. Her lips were done. So she knows. Like you were saying earlier, she felt threatened.
I think if it was any woman, she would do that. And she kept saying, "He's with someone. He's with someone." But the thing is, culturally, it doesn't matter if he's with someone.
Don't you feel like these two are in high school still?
Yes, and they're perfect for each other, and neither one of them ever needs to leave the other, because they're not going to find anyone who's going to get the others crazy.
No, that's true. Anyway, Fasoon's like, "I'm not having this. I do not like this. She's not a fan of it, and you can tell she doesn't like Shekinah." And then we see in the next scene, we see Sarper just going, "Adonis, good boy." I forgot they had a dog. I thought he was masturbating in a mirror and just cheering himself on.
"You're an Adonis.
You're a 1 pump, 2 pump."
That's the count orgasming. Oh.
So Shekinah's like, women have reached out to say that Sarper is manipulative and he's a liar and he's cheated. And this is what she does that's
I bet
really
she
bad.
reads every single one of them.
Every one. Screenshots it. She does all the things. I think social media is very real to her as far as life. Remember how much she fussed about him posting a picture with her?
And guess what? He didn't want to do it. And now he's like, ever since I did that, I've been getting things from girls.
That's the only reason that she wanted to find out from them. Yeah. And I hate though when she does this thing. She did this with the book and she does this to him a lot. It actually makes me feel sorry for Sarper because she walks in and he's like, hey, babe, what are you doing? She's like, I'm going to go meet with your ex. And he's like,
oh,
what?
no.
Oh, no. And she's like, if I'm going to have a future with you, I need to know about your past. I don't feel like I'm getting the whole story.
But you're going to get the worst parts. So you're not going to get the full story either.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. This is not going to be like when Darcy went and talked to Georgie's ex.
That was
that woman, and where she kind of gave him a little bit and was actually a person. No, this woman is going to be spurned.
Yes.
And she's going to shoot acid out of her eyes.
Yep.
Because y'all, Sarper does not, he's a bad breaker-upper, to use the Seinfeld term.
Yes.
He doesn't do it because he physically can't.
Yeah.
Because all women will leave and they will all treat me like this.
I think Sarper what makes Sarper lovable is that he's not the smartest and he has all these, but he's a bit like a golden retriever where at the end of the day, I do think he's a good guy that is just has a lot of pain, but you can tell he probably, I don't mean it as an excuse because he probably did a lot of women wrong, but I don't see him as being actively manipulative, trying to hurt people. Yeah, malevolent.
It's the thing.
I think he does care about people.
He says because he's with Shekinah now and he's not trying to seduce her, he's actually saying exactly what he thinks.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it sounds like he's like, bitch,
whore,
yeah, slut.
So and I wrote, what more? She's like, are you worried she's going to tell me something like bad about you? And I went, what else could she tell you? What else could he tell you? Now, you know about the book. You know about the black book. You know about the counting. What else do you want to know?
Yeah.
And
he has a son?
Yeah. And she's like, do you have feelings for her? And he's like,
no, I never have feelings for a girl before you.
And he even says, I never tell her I love her. This is a bold-faced lie.
It is.
And she knows
that.
He
says it a lot.
And this goes back to, again, it's not an excuse. That's a stupid, shitty thing for Sarper to say. But Sarper has the emotional maturity of, I think he's still in high school where that moment happened. So he feels like, well, if I tell her that I loved, like, they're old, or not old, but I mean, they're not young. They're not in their 20s.
Their 30s.
Yes. I would think if I was with someone who was in their 30s,
she's in her late 30s.
Yes. If I was with a man and he's 37, 30s, I believe, and he says he was 37 and said, I've never told anybody that I love them, I would go, well, that's a red flag. I would actually be concerned that he didn't love someone.
Yeah.
So, but Sarper can't see it that way because
a dog once.
Yes, he and Adonis are on the same emotional wavelength.
Yes. So he's like,
she wants to trash me. I wish you could comment on the Instagram a heart.
So we're meeting Noor, and it's as rough as you would imagine.
Yeah.
She's still pissed, evidently.
Yes.
And they use a translator back and forth. So they saw each other for 3 or 4 months. But he's like, we're texting a lot, almost every day. And we saw each other a couple times a week. We met her in an app. And then he said it's the first time he met someone like me and felt like this. I went, uh-oh. But I've now thought about this. Did she ever see the book? Did she see the bottles?
I don't know.
That doesn't matter to Sarper.
No.
Or sorry, that doesn't matter to
Shekinah.
Shekinah.
Mm-hmm.
Because she wants to blow this up. She really does.
She does. And North says, after some time he called me his lover, and he would say, I love you. I would say, I love you. And he would say, I love you too.
Right. I will say, if you're in between getting sex and the person says, I love you, and you're in the middle of sex, and if you don't say I love you back, you got to come up with something. So
look, if you have a 9-inch,
I've said a lot of things.
Yeah. If you have a 9-inch dick, I'm going to tell you I love you.
Yeah, it's.
I
think that's a slippery slope. When I think he could have said it. He could have said I love you and completely forgotten it as soon as he came.
Been there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is a stupid strategy. And she also says, I'm sure he's told so many other women exactly what he told you. Again, this is not. And she says this. She's like, I really mean this in all sincerity. I don't want to do anything to hurt you. I want to warn you. But she did say she found other women's stuff at his house. He told her it was nothing. Fought with her, then ghosted her.
Yes.
So,
which
is awful.
I've kind of defended a lot of Sarper in this, but who's to say, though, he's still a man. He could be this manipulative piece of shit. I don't think so, but he could be.
I think he finally grew out of it.
I feel like he did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did.
He just took a very long time to do it.
I don't think he would. He's so concerned about what people think about him. I don't know if he would ever do this to someone on television.
No.
I think, but
yeah.
Anyway,
it's Poodle's Big Brother Corner. Y'all, the craziness of Angela continues. I'm here for it. I hope she stays as long as possible. The paranoia, it's this old school Big Brother again. When you have one crazy white lady in the house, or sometimes it's an older guy, and they're just like, it's insane. She's great. She's great television.
And Angela is the one who went on the rant.
Yeah.
Okay.
The woman. She's a 50-year-old real estate person.
Yeah. I saw a picture of her. She
looks like your aunt.
She does. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we had Matt is now gone. The guy Chemo won the veto, and so she put up Matt, and so Matt lost the vote, which it's not really that weird because he's very, very arrogant, and kind of rubbed a lot of the people in the house the wrong way, except for 3 of the women.
Is he hot?
Yeah, he's real hot. Okay. But he's tall, athletic, and so he's definitely a threat. Yeah. So you want to this is the thing, you'd probably keep big hot guys like that around.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't. You need to get them out. But why? Tucker is smart because Tucker knows he's the other hot guy. He's Tucker and Cam. Cam is just playing really, really low key.
Oh my God, he's stunning. Okay, go ahead.
Matt, yeah. Mm-hmm. Very tall too. But he made a big deal out of it. He basically kind of halfway low-key threatened Angela. Anyway, he went. The 3 women who voted for him, Leah Mackenzie, who was his potential showmance, and Lisa, who is the chef, who I despise. If you look up, I want you to look this woman up. I want you to look her up. Look up Lisa Big Brother, and then I want you to talk about her makeup.
Is she Australian?
No, she's from Los Angeles.
Okay.
Lisa Big Brother 26.
Lisa Weintraub?
Yes.
Whoa.
She's a redhead, but she wears gold.
I was gonna say she's very into bronze.
Yeah, and it's not good for her skin tone.
Which, sometimes that looks really good on redheads, but she just looks kind of like one of the, one of the back in the old days. Remember when the color dials, when one of them got moved on the television and everything had that weird kind of like cast on it? It looked either green or red.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's not great.
And she also puts edible glitter on everything. And if someone just went around sprinkling edible glitter on food of mine, I'm like, stop. What the fuck are you doing?
Why?
Don't sprinkle anything on my fucking food.
Also, she needs a different haircut. It makes her look severe with the part in the middle.
So she's my least favorite person.
Okay. What kind of chef is she?
Not a good one.
Oh, okay.
When your thing is edible glitter, how good can you be? Think about it. She's also she called it a vibe. What was it? A vibe curator. Anyway, I can't stand her. Tucker has probably the best social game in the house. And even though he's a hot guy, he's making sure everyone think he's on their team. And
never met a Tucker that wasn't hot. Full stop.
He's playing a good game, I think, which is for a hot guy is rare. And he's not trying to win a lot of stuff right now. So I still think the one who I think the dark horse to win this might be Joseph. I'm saying it now.
Joseph, you know what to say. Yeah. Go, 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 Joseph.
He's the video store employee, which is the thing still.
Joseph. Remember when we watched Joseph in during the pandemic?
Yes, when our watching chats. Anyway, Angela's not long for Big Brother, I think.
Is Joseph hot too?
He's cute in his own way.
No, this guy is really. I don't think he is. No, he's from Saudi Arabia, but he is really hot. I don't know if that's the same Joseph
from Big Brother.
I think I Googled wrong.
Anyway, y'all, it's a really good season. I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Oh, good.
Supposedly, the feeds have been going on and off. I don't watch the feeds because I don't have the time for it. But if I get really into the show, I might go to the feeds.
You can just text her friend Susan. She watches
it
all.
Oh, I need to. She just texted me. That has been the Big Brother Corner.
All right, everybody. There you go.
5 minutes.
Yeah, it was fun. I wasn't timing you.
I was timing myself.
I never time your corners, as you should never time mine.
I just get bored sometimes.
Same. You think I'm not looking at knitting catalogs while you're talking? I'm just going, yeah, great. All right, let's talk about James and Tatha. Y'all, he's on his way. And
he had a different face on this time.
This did look different. This was like a fourth face of James.
I'm telling you, he has looked, this face, especially after he shaved, I called Northampton lesbian.
I can't believe his beard grew that quickly in like 20 hours.
And it's still patchy.
But
after all that,
was a lot of beard growth for only 20 hours.
It just did feel like a lot. Maybe he didn't shave before he went.
The way he like acted about it felt like he was on a 3-week journey, like he was traveling by boat.
Yeah, it did give me, when he's clean shaven and in like sunlight, it gave me like female field hockey player. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very Northampton.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
So he's on his way, but meanwhile, Tatha, she's like, every day I'm making banana chips with my parents' business. And
in the banana chip factory.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And she said, I just told them that James is coming for a visit.
Just a visit.
And
these people lie to their parents.
They do. But this is, I don't understand this, because why lie? Because she says James is coming, and then the mom immediately says, I just want you to stay here with us, and we start crying. And I'm like, then why don't you tell your parents that
I
he's coming to
know.
That's what's infuriating about both of these people. They lie as a way of almost, it feels like abuse or manipulation of people in their family.
It's delaying their own shortcomings.
Because it has nothing. Because if they told the truth, it would actually make their situation better. But
neither of them can tolerate anyone thinking any bad about them.
they send them both to therapy for like 5 years, and so mom cries, Tatha cries, and then mom. Go ahead.
This was some mother poodling of the highest order.
Yeah, that's what I was about to talk about. Yeah, go ahead.
Remember, I'm getting old, and I need to be taken care of. I love all my children, but you're the youngest, and I love you the most. And remember, you got to have kids. I have 6, but none of them are here. None of them wait for me.
I love you the most. And I went, and there is why we see the way she is.
And your father's always at the banana chip factory.
Says he's looking for bananas. Hope he's not gay. But apparently they say like,
come on, Indonesian muffin.
Come on, Indonesian. Tatha says that in Indonesia, the youngest kid is supposed to take care of their parents. I was like, okay, because I thought, why is all this pressure? And I went, oh, okay, if that's the culture and then that's the way it is, then got it. Because that is like, we've seen this like in certain cultures, there is this expectation of certain siblings for different things.
She's already moved away. She's already moved away and started a new life.
Come at us, any Indonesian sissies, and let us know.
It's not that I don't doubt that that's cultural, that's a thing. But I think she's already gone far away from this.
Yeah.
And they only think she's visiting. So the mom is basically saying, oh, it's your job to take care of me. How are you going to do that? Maybe just Skype with her every morning because she thinks she's going back to the U.S.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is dumb.
It's dumb. It feels completely, this all could have been avoided.
Yeah. I'm like you. I'm getting to really, these two get on my fucking nerves.
They get, and I actually, I came at them hard and then I started liking them. But that I just feel like it's riveting to watch, or not riveting, but it's good to watch because it's drama and it's so stupid. But in real life, y'all, these are your friends that always have unnecessary drama for no fucking reason.
The ones who you go out to eat with, and one of them walks out of the table, and they have to talk to the other one outside, and one of them's crying.
And they never pay for dinner, or if they do, they say, well, let's split the bill, and they take like $10 off of their own tab and can stick it with
that's close to home.
Yeah, we've been there. Now, so he's doing the train ride. He's shaving, all this shit.
With no shaving cream and a disposable razor.
My face would be bleeding.
Oh, my God.
My skin is sensitive.
I don't think any man's skin would not.
My dad could shave like that.
Oh, stop.
Yes, my dad could. There's some people that can just fucking dry shave, and I'm like, I don't know how y'all do it.
With a disposable razor, which is very sharp.
Very sharp.
I guess it's maybe easier when they're. So your father could shave that way without any shaving cream?
He would prefer, but he could.
Ow.
He would just actually put a little water on his face and then just do it.
Jesus.
I know, y'all. When I shave my face, it's like sex. I gotta lube up with a pre-oil. I use a scrub. I mean, there's steps in.
What if you were a straight man and you didn't have all that?
That's sad.
But no, think about it. You act like this is an undeniability, but
it is for me.
But it's actually not. You've did it before with your skin. It's not to you now.
But
it used to be.
Is that what straight men do? They just go through life not using facial products?
A lot of them. Yeah.
I'm depressed now.
Well, I don't think you realize, even you had to be taught to use these things as a boy. It's not like mothers who teach daughters to use.
No,
these
not
things.
as a boy. I mean, thank
Yeah.
you so much to Laura at the Clinique counter. Told me all
That's what
about
I'm saying.
skincare.
You think if you would have never worked there, your
Oh
face
my
would be.
God.
I know.
I am so grateful for Laura, and she's dead now too.
Wow. Are
Yeah.
all of them dead?
No, one died in childbirth, and
God, that's horrible.
yeah, at Oklahoma, died in childbirth, like when she was like 22 years, and then trigger
Oh
warning,
my God.
suicide, and Laura took her own life. Southern story. Anyway,
So
I'm glad my
Tatha's
face looks
sisters.
good.
Tatha's sister's going to take her to the train station. You know what? I think Tatha's sister's going to take her to the train station is worse than if she took her own life. I don't know.
I think it is too. Her sister hates her.
Yeah, all the whole family
They all
hates her.
hate her.
She's annoying as fuck. So anyway, they're at the train station. Of course, they both start crying like crazy because they're that couple.
They've only been gone for 3 weeks.
He's like, it's
Or 3
like I'm
months.
breathing for the first time. Change his face.
He does. And she's like, and they're sitting there. Yeah, they were only apart for 37 days.
You're my
y'all.
galaxy. You're my sun.
star.
You're my moon. You're
You're
my
my-
revolver with one bullet. Keep that chamber going.
You're my Haley's Comet that I only see 87 years.
Keep that game of Russian roulette going, please. It'll happen to one of you soon.
But you know, we talked about this in their first episode, and I think you said this or I said it. I don't remember who said it. But we nailed it when they're like, he says, there's no world that'll ever keep us apart. And I went, oh, so it is you two against the world.
Yeah.
Get over yourselves.
Josh and Lily.
Not much for these two.
Very, very. I don't know if Josh will ever get over living in China because he says it a lot.
Says it a lot. He's
I live
very
in China now.
He's very excited about it.
Oh, gosh.
And now he's been there a few days. And so Lily says, I want him to get my favorite relaxing thing to do. And y'all, this bitch is smart because first of all, they're doing this ear massage. Could you let them do that, or would that drive you crazy?
I don't know. I think it would drive me crazy. I think an ear massage feels very invasive. They're using light, like flashlights, to get these pieces of earwax out.
I would love it.
I just maybe I don't know if I want someone sticking like forceps into my ear.
Yeah. Yeah.
They get a lot from him though. They actually show the brown earwax.
Yeah. Yeah. You should have your ears cleaned.
Well, I clean mine with like the eardrops they give me.
Yeah. But I mean, this is the way that I would enjoy. I probably would fall asleep, but I'm used to. But my sister cousin, she loved all of our ears when we were kids. So we'd watch TV and she would just rub our ears. So it's very relaxing to me. Yeah. My sister cousin loves ears. She always has loved ears. Anytime when there's a little baby, she'll just start rubbing that baby. She would just sit there and just play with our ears while we watched All My Children.
I would like, get your fucking hands off my baby's ears.
No. She thinks one reason that's why we all don't have very hard ears, because she kind of broke down our cartilage in our ears.
Is that why your ears are big?
No, that's the Peterson thing.
Oh,
Yeah. But I love my ears now. But my cousin Craig, my brother, we all have super like soft ears, and I think it's because of my sister cousin Kelly playing with our ears.
No, it's genes, but that's okay.
No.
Anyway. So, y'all, in the middle of this, she's like, hey,
smart.
Remember when we were talking that China wedding that you wanted?
Y'all, this bitch is smart.
And he's like, I recall it differently. Regardless of what was said, you don't have to spend so much money. And this is when...
But you did say it. You said you wanted a China wedding. And she's like, I really thought he said that.
Well... This is when he says, I don't care about money. By that, I mean, I don't have much of it and I don't want to spend a lot. You do care a lot about money. That's the thing. This motherfucker always cuts under.
Yeah.
And it drives me up the wall.
He cares about spending his money. That's what he cares about.
But no, he's always, but it's always about appearances for him. He's always like, I don't care about money. You know, I don't need anything. But he was the one going, yeah, I want the nicest one here. I want the nicer wedding outfit.
That's true.
And anyway, he says, so she's like, I want to make sure I get this really quick. So she gets a translator. And he says, the one thing I struggle with is not being able to provide for you. And she says, and this told us everything you need to know about Lily. She said, it's not that you have to spend money on someone if you love them, but rather you love them so much that you want to give everything to that person. I just want him to feel my love.
Which, that's sweet and the intention is nice, but she seems excessive about it.
Yeah.
But also I feel like I think that I can see, her feeling not appreciated by him.
Oh yeah. I don't think she's a really hard nut to crack.
No.
I think
what you see is what you get, I feel with her. Although this was, I did like this, how she said, let me get him relaxed.
Yeah.
And then,
So he's like,
you should take a move off of that.
Every love story should have a happy ending. She's like, a massage happy ending? How much more time do we have? 2 to 3 minutes? Sure. I'll only take 30 seconds. I don't like this guy. I know a lot of people like him. There's something about him that I feel like he's always playing for the camera.
I don't dislike him yet. I always say yet because it's Matt Sharp, but we'll see.
I like her.
Yeah, I do too. Y'all, that's the show. I like that.
That's the show.
Did we? What a good button! Because didn't we begin the show with orgasm sounds? And then we ended it with that. Look at that
count.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, look at that. Look at that callback. All right, everybody.
Symmetry.
That's the show. If you want to find out more about us, I'm sure there's going to be memes from our meme queen, Caitlin, and our producer, Christina. You can follow that on TikTok at Reality Gaze Pod, Instagram, Reality Gaze Pod. If you want to hear this show without any commercials, you can do that by subscribing to RG Plus on the $8 tier via Apple subscriptions. You can just tap that little Apple app and get it there, or you can go to Patreon.
Tap that Apple app.
Tap that Apple
app. Tap that
app. Or you can go to patreon.com/realitygaze or realitygaze.supercast.com. Did it. Finally got it.
You kept saying realitygaze.supercom.
Yeah, do supercom. Anyway, all right, everybody. We appreciate y'all so much. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you listen. And until then, we call these people lonely hearts, Poodle, because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places?
Yeah. And just remember, if you've been working in the banana chip factory all day, Father Tatha's out there making sure some of the other bananas are going to go into the processing factory, and all your kids don't even care about you. Cool. Come on, Indonesian muffin.